Thank you for joining me today. My name is Angela and I'm with Glittering the Coast, and today we're going to be doing a red, white, and blue tumbler. This specific one is a 30-ounce skinny tumbler, as you can see here. And I'm starting off with a spray painted base just with white, and it's a little splotchy. It's totally okay. We're going to cover that with glitter. I am using Scotch tape to mark off certain sections of this tumbler, as you can see here, and you are welcome to use painter's tape if you have that, but actually the Scotch tape worked really well, and I was kind of surprised and glad that I did a little experiment with it. I am using clear Elmer's glue and blue acrylic paint. I wanted to see if this was going to work, and guess what? It did. So I am just painting this on really well, and the blue paint is going to go on the bottom half of the tumbler, or the bottom third of the tumbler, and on the bottom of the tumbler itself. I'm using a soft foam brush, and you want to make sure that you're just working section by section here. The blue paint and the Elmer's glue are going to act as an adhesive to your glitter, and for this I'm just painting exactly where I want my blue glitter to be. And put that to the side, and the blue glitter that I'm using today is by Glitter Nuts, and it is called Blue Moon. It's a really nice dark blue color, and it's got really pretty holographic shimmer to it without that part taking over the actual blue color. I really like this color a whole lot. So I'm really putting on a heavy coat of this blue glitter, making sure that this tumbler is completely covered with it. And a very satisfying part is taking off this tape. I think that is, like, seriously, after glittering cups or pens, it's one of my favorite things to do, is just removing the tape. Super satisfying. I know, I'm crazy. All right, so I've got this red acrylic paint, which kind of turned out orange, but it's okay. You're going to make sure that you are covering the top third of your tumbler with this clear Elmer's glue and red acrylic paint. Now this glitter, I did not remember who I bought it from or the name of it, but I just used a really pretty kind of a crimson color, and it's a really pretty holographic sparkle also. I thought it went really well with the blue, so that's why I chose that one. Now if you're having some issues with splotchiness, excuse me, after you're going in with the first coat of glitter, if you're having splotchiness anywhere with your glitter, you can go in and with just the clear glue and re-add your color of glitter that you want on there. I've got this really cool pen, and it has like a needle on the end of it. I couldn't find the edge of my tape here, so I used that, picked up some of that tape, and was able to remove the tape from it. All right, so for this white part, I'm just adding clear glue here. I don't need to add white to it because the tumbler is already white. I'm making sure that this is completely covered on the white. The middle part is easy to cover. You've got to get real tight and close to the blue and the red section. And I'm trying to keep my white off of the red and off of the blue. It's kind of hard to do, but just take your time with this and make sure that you're getting a really good even coat of glitter. That one is actually called Mother of Pearl, and it's by KCC Glitter. I have a coupon code for that glitter in my description, so make sure you check that out. I'm using my favorite epoxy. This is by KS Resin, also linked in the description. You'll save, I think, 5% with my discount. And I always go in on the light colors first. So if I have a white color on my tumbler, that one gets covered first. I don't want glitter transfer if I can help it. So this epoxy is a fast set. The working time on this is 15 minutes if your room is really hot. it is going to be a faster work time. So with this epoxy, I try to make sure that I have my room temperature set to at least 72 degrees, but it works best between 75 and 80 degrees. This will dry in about 2 hours, and you can then apply a second coat of epoxy onto your tumbler after that 2 hours. So as you can see here, I am separating each color. I'm not really going back and forth on the tumbler yet because this is my first coat of epoxy. And I'm not sure that I mentioned, but I spray painted this tumbler with Rust-Oleum 2x clear spray paint before I started to epoxy. And that just helps to kind of keep the glitter where it's supposed to stay. So use your torch. You always want to make sure you're using a torch and not a heat gun. The torch will pop the bubbles and leave the epoxy in place. The heat gun could potentially spread the epoxy. So I've got 2 coats of epoxy on at this point in time. And now I want to use this fun little pop of color in between the red and the white and the blue. Excuse me. This one is a chunky glitter, and it is called Club USA, and it is from BJ's Glitter, and I will link that in the description. So what I've done again is I've gone in with my clear tape, since it's working out really well for me. I've done about a 1/2 inch section on the white, between the white and the red, and then between the blue and the white. And I just wanted to add a little accent of color. After I've got all of the glitter where I want it to be, I'm going to remove the tape and make sure that the red part of my tumbler and the blue part and the white part, that it does not have any of the Club USA stuck to it. Excuse me. After about 30 minutes, the Elmer's glue will be dry. And I can take a paintbrush if I need to, and I can wipe off any extra, or I could scrape it off with my fingernail if I needed to. Since the glitter has been sealed with epoxy twice, I really won't have much damage at all to my tumbler if I have to scrape it off. But again, we're using clear Elmer's glue, so it's really not that big of a deal. If you had to, you could just wipe it off with hot water, really. Okay, so spray painted this tumbler with Rust-Oleum clear, and I don't want any of this Club USA to migrate, so going back in on the separate sections, we're starting off with red. Once I've got the epoxy on my red part of the tumbler, I'm going to move down to the white part. I'm making sure that I'm really trying hard to make sure that I'm not touching the Club USA chunky glitter. And I do not want that to really move yet. So, or actually at all. So I'm trying to stay away from it at this point in time. So I'm going in on the red, on the white, on the blue, on the bottom of the blue. And then I will be going in with the epoxy on the Club USA chunky glitter in just a moment. Now for using fast set epoxies, they're thicker than a normal like 8 to 12 hour epoxy. So you want to make sure that you're applying thin sections of this epoxy. And if you stir too aggressively, like you can have some bubbles in your epoxy, but if you're stirring too aggressively and your epoxy starts looking milky, you're going to have a real huge problem trying to get the epoxy on the tumbler. So make sure you're stirring. You can stir quickly, just don't make it milky. And then make sure that you're applying thin layers of this. So I'm going in, dabbing the Club USA glitter so it doesn't move. And then I'm using my torch to make sure I don't have micro bubbles. Now I've got 2 coats of epoxy on Club USA, so I've got a total of 4 coats of epoxy on my tumbler at this time. Now I'm using acetone with a paper towel to remove the spray paint from the very beginning, which I actually like to do before I start epoxying. The longer spray paint sits on your tumbler, the harder that it is to remove. So I want to make sure at the very end that I have 0 spray paint and epoxy on the rim or inside the cup. Now I've got the X-Acto knife, and what I'm doing is removing any hard spots of epoxy that I've gotten on there or any excess glitter that's on the top of the rim. And I'm going to be adding decals soon, so I want to make sure that my tumbler is really nice and smooth here. If you have your tumbler smooth, once you add your decals, it won't be an issue with any imperfections underneath the decal itself. And if you do it right and you have a smooth surface, you really won't have any issues with adding epoxy and then the epoxy like going underneath your decal and causing problems from there. It'll lift the decal. It's just a pain. Make sure that you're sanding your rim and making sure that that's really smooth. You want to have a tiny bit of silver poking out from the very top, which is why I like to use my sanding block. It removes a slight amount of glitter and epoxy so that I can see the silver on top, and that way at the last couple of coats of epoxy, it's going to adhere to the tumbler. That's exactly how you want to do it. So, okay, listen. Pinstriping is a challenge, and if you've never done it, I totally suggest that you try it. But I mean, from this pinstriping start to finish took me about 10 minutes to do. I always struggle with pinstriping just because, you know, it's hard to make the lines perfectly straight with the glitter. And then it's hard to just eyeball everything and make sure that your lines for your pinstriping are straight. So really take your time and you're gonna get it. Just take your time. If you're struggling with it, pull it off, start over again. If you're really, really struggling with it, walk away and come back to it another time. So this nail tape will be linked in the description. It's a thicker nail tape. So I've got a thick stripe with the blue, and then in a moment I'm going in with red, and that's a thinner stripe. So I just thought like the thick stripe would be a really nice dimension, where the thin stripe would be a different type of dimension. So I've got my Club USA outlined in the blue nail tape. Excuse me. And just be patient with it, I'm telling you. It took me quite a while to get this done. But overall, I am satisfied with this, and it is going to be pretty. Trust the process. Like I said, if you don't like it, pull up the tape. I've got a ton of tape on these little strings, on these little rings. So take the tape off, start over if you're having problems with it. And what I like to do with my X-Acto knife once I'm done is I put pressure on the tape and I pull the tape so that, excuse me, having some problems today. I pull the tape and I put pressure on it with the X-Acto knife because I want to make sure I'm not like sawing back and forth with the X-Acto knife. That will move your tape, and I don't want my tape moving if I have finally struggled with it for so long and have it in the place where I want it. I want to make sure that where I put the tape is where it's going to stay. I love the clear spray paint on all of the steps that I do. So after this, I make sure that after I put all my decals on, I make sure that I spray paint everything really well because I don't want to have to go back in there and fix any mistakes in case my tape didn't lay down flat and I have bubbling issues after the epoxy gets under it. So I really do highly recommend using clear spray paint. The kind that I love the most, again, is Rust-Oleum 2x clear, and you can use matte or you can use glossy. It does not matter. Once you put epoxy on, it's going to get shiny. I will tell you, though, I do love to use matte. Sometimes I feel like if I have a glossy spray paint on there, it will tend to, like if I were to have glitter or like dust or sand or dirt, whatever, it could stick a little bit more onto the glossy spray paint. So I typically do use matte, but you could use either, it doesn't matter. So I'm going in with the decal. I have a Silhouette Cameo that's linked in my description, and I have white vinyl. It's permanent vinyl. I typically use permanent vinyl on every tumbler that I use. So I've cut the stars. I think they're probably at like 0.45 or 0.5 inches. And I've put the stars completely all over the blue part of the tumbler. And this was a tumbler that one of my customers wanted, so I decided to film it for my YouTube channel. And just kind of put the stars wherever you feel like they need to go. I really enjoyed making this tumbler. It just was really fun. I love America. I'm super patriotic, and this was just a fun tumbler to make overall. So once I'm done with these stars, I cut out in blue permanent vinyl, God bless. Eyeballed it, put it on the tumbler. This was probably an inch to inch and a half in width and maybe 2.5 to 3 inches in length. And I've got America, so God bless America. And I've got America in red vinyl. I matched it as best as I could to the red glitter. I matched the blue as best as I could to the blue glitter. I put the America on the white part. On the picture, she also showed the bottom of the cup. It had 1776, and it had stars around the bottom part. So I figured I would do it as best as I could in reference to my customer's picture. Again, spray painted it with clear to make sure that nothing was going to get underneath my vinyl. And I put another 2 coats of epoxy on this tumbler, washing with Dawn dish soap and sanding if I needed to, using my torch again to make sure all of the bubbles were gone. Isn't this cup beautiful? It turned out so good, and I'm really, really pleased with it. And I hope that I gave you a little bit of inspiration to a patriotic cup that you can be proud of on July the 4th or anytime. And if you have any questions, please feel free to link them in the bottom in the comments section. Thank you so very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.